Hi, cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Beyond Salem, Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem, Chapter 2, Episode 4 edition. All right, guys, let's get right into it. So we start off in Venezuela. It actually backs up, and I guess it's showing us how all of this came about for John and Steve. So we see that John and Steve are able to untie themselves. They were handcuffs. They get out of the handcuffs and they're about to escape. But Megan comes in, and she has these two cards that hypnotize John and Steve and make them be they're under mind control. And she thanks Stefano because he started that years ago on them. So she uses that to get them to do her bidding. um so then we go to back to where we were with Hope. So Hope is shot and she does end up dying. Ben says, Sierra, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. And then he starts walking Sierra away, and I'm like, where are y'all going? But they're saying, like, call an ambulance, get help. And Michael pretends that he's calling an ambulance, that he's getting help for her, and everything, but he's not. His phone is completely black. He hasn't touched it at all. And Megan is in the background, and she tells him, "Be sure, you're not going to call an ambulance. What you're going to do is focus on getting that prism." So then Michael pulls a gun on Sierra and Ben because Sierra accuses him of doing this, and he says, "How could I shoot Hope when I was right here with you guys?" And she said, "You know who did it, or you had it's because of you that this was done." And so she then tells him that Hope was aware that he was a bad guy, and all he wanted was the prism. And she pulls that prism because remember, Hope was wearing it. I don't know why. Hope was wearing it between her bosoms as she was getting married, and you could see it. So she pulled the prism out of Hope's um dress, and she tells him, all you wanted was this. And so he pulls a gun on them, and he's like, well, give it up then. Give me the prism, and I won't kill you. And Sierra's like, no, my mother died for this, so I'm not giving it to you. And Ben is like, Sierra, we have to give him this prism because we have a child. You have a little boy to think about, and it's not worth dying over. And she says, no, because all he's going to do is kill us anyways. But so that is it with them. Michaels is just pulling the gun on them, letting them know, if you don't give me the prism, then I'm going to kill you. I'll pry it out of your cold dead hands. Now the minister tried to intervene. He shot the minister, and they were like, what are you doing? And he said, I want you to know how serious I am, so hand the prism over and you won't get hurt. And so at this point, Sierra goes ahead and she gives the prism to Michaels. So then we see that Bo is looking down, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, Fancy Face!" But Fancy Face Hope has made it to heaven, so she is in heaven now. And she was like, what happened? How can I see you? I held you in my arms as you died and everything. And she said, did I die? And he said, yes, you died. And so then he fusses at Hope because he was like, that was so dangerous what you did. You put yourself at risk. You put Sierra and all the kids at risk. What were you thinking? And so they're fussing and everything. And Angela comes through with her popcorn, and she's like, so how's the reunion? And then they decide, why are we fussing when we could just be happy that we're together? And so that's what they decide to focus on, that they're just together. And so because of this, we see that Hope says, I want to see Zach. So Zach comes and she gets to see him. But Bo tells her, you have to go back. Sierra, the children need you, our family needs you, loved ones need you. But she's like, I don't want to go back. But Zach also, when he sees her and he hugs her and they love on each other, he tells her as well, you have to go back. And Angela says, I don't think you understand the danger, the children are in. And so Hope finally agrees to go back, but she says, how can I say goodbye? And so Hope and Bo have this like last dance, and it's really sweet and beautiful and everything. And Angela tells her, you won't remember anything, but Hope says, I'm going to remember. So on the other side, we go to Hong Kong, and we see that Joey, Wendy, and Trip, Wendy, and Joey, in order of the picture, are actually at the gala, and they're dancing, they're enjoying themselves, they're having they're playing black 21 blackjack, and they're just having a good time. They're winning some money and everything, but you could tell that Joey really likes Wendy. Okay, so then we see that they connect up with Gabi and Lee, and they inform Lee, why they're there, because Gabby's like, "Hey, Trip, Joey, I know you guys." So they tell him that Steve is missing, and they're looking for them because this Harris Michaels man is the one who kidnapped him, and Lee says, "I don't know who he is," but Wendy says she, because she's a technology geek, so she says, "Well, I found him, and he's supposed to be in the service and everything, and the last known association is with Hope Brady." And Gabby said, "Hope Brady," and they were like, "You know her?" And she was like, "Yeah, everybody knows Hope." So they're like, "How is all of this connected?" So then we see that they meet up with Paul and Andrew, because Joey knows Andrew. And they said, "How did y'all get in?" And they said, "Well, we pretended to be Harris Michaels." And then Paul shows them he's actually ISA. And so then they all tell about, how their fathers are missing, and they're trying to track them down, John and Steve. And then they're talking about the prism and how they think this Harris Michaels is after the prism. And they said, well, Lee has one prism, and he says, "I'm gonna get another one tonight from Phil." And they said, and so Andrew informs them, "Oh, well, actually Phil was murdered, so he does not even have the prisms." Now at this point, they're all gathered around, and they know what's going on, so they know they need to be on the lookout for Harris Michaels, and try to help Trip, Joey, and Andrew find their dads. So they know all of this is going on, right? So then we see that they start dancing and everything, and Trip actually cuts in between Joey and Wendy while they're dancing. Gabi is enjoying herself, playing, winning money, and so everyone's having a good time. And then Lee unveils that the third, one of the three prisms and everything. So upstairs we see Marlana and Kayla, and now they were dressed for the gala. It was really pretty what they had on. So we see Marlana and Kayla, especially Marlana, that was really pretty. They have made it there, and while they are there, they run into um, John and Steve. So John and Steve have made it to the gala, and they are under mind control. At first, I thought they were just playing, but no, they're serious. They tie Marlana and excuse me, Marlana and Kayla up, and pull a gun out on them and everything. So Marlana and Kayla realize something's wrong with them. And then when Lee unveils the prism, we see John and Steve pull out their gun, and so we're gonna wait to see what happens on that tomorrow. Now in heaven, we see that Hope has left, but before she could get there in time, we see that Michael Harris Michaels has actually shot. Even though Ciara gave him the prism, he actually shot Ciara and told her, "Go join your mother," because you remember Hope's dead. And I'm like, "Sir, that's horrible." But anyways, Bo is devastated by this, but Angela says, "Now let's have a happy ending." So she rewinds all the way back to the wedding, and we see Thomas is actually has a gunshot aligned and ready for Hope, but he doesn't actually get to make the shot because his sissy comes up, and she hits on him and everything. So instead of shooting Hope, he actually ends up shooting Harris Michaels. So now we're back at the wedding, and we see that Harris Michaels has been shot, and he tells Hope, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" or whatever. And Hope says, "This is all, why is someone shooting at us or whatever?" And he was like, "I don't know," but he was like, "Give me the prism and everything." He pulls a gun out on them, and he says, "Give me the prism." And Hope was like, "So much for being a good guy." And so Ben goes up, and he grabs Harris Michaels, and he gets the drop on him or whatever. But unfortunately, Megan Hathaway is there, and she pulls a gun out on Ben and tells him to let Harris Michaels go. And then so Hope sees Megan, and she's like, "Oh, snap." And I said, "Oh yeah, they do curse in this show because they can, because it's not on, a network. It's on streaming because I realized that's what's different about this. And plus, it's a little bit more corny, but I don't know. I'm enjoying it for some reason. But anyway, so she gets the drop on them, and so Hope realizes that she's alive and everything, and that, guys, is beyond Salem. Also, Marlena and um Kayla know that Megan is alive because they say, because John and Steve tell them, we take orders from Megan Hathaway. And that's Beyond Salem, guys. It was a really great episode to me. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I've really it. Oh, I know it's corny. I know it's been a little corny and everything, and some of the scenes make you roll your eyes. But I don't know. I've enjoyed the corniness about it. I've just really enjoyed this. I guess because I know it's only 5 episodes. It's been really a soap opera for me, over the top, and I've loved it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of Beyond Salem Chapter 2.